Hello everyone, it has been a long time since I have done an Operation Don't Be Fat video, and that is my bad. And mostly because I had nothing to update you with except for I'm failing. I have done other videos on this, so if you want to check them out, you can. I mean, there's not a whole lot there because I didn't ever really follow through, and now I'm going to follow through, and I will tell you why. Just a quick preface, if this is the first time that you're watching one of these or first time watching one of my videos and have no idea what I'm talking about. First of all, this is not like a any type of fat shaming video or don't weigh a lot video. It's, well, kind of, because I don't want to weigh as much as I weigh. But it's not anything bad. Like, it's not a judgment on anything. It's just that I want to be healthy and I am overweight. And so before I had my daughter, I didn't have weight problems. If I ever kind of edged up onto the higher end of where I was comfortable with, I could lose it pretty easily. Once I had my daughter, that all went to pot. Like, it just, my metabolism is wrecked, I'm sure. I gained a lot of weight with my daughter. I gained more than 70 pounds. I stopped counting. After 70, I was just like, I'm done. Or I just had a baby, I guess is what happened. And I instantly lost like 30 pounds. A lot of that was water weight. I was very swollen at the end of my pregnancy. And I lost that. And then over like the course of that first 6 months or even a year, I had lost all but 15 of those pounds. And it's funny now that I'm thinking about it, because at that time I was still like, ugh, like I just don't feel good. I don't feel good on my skin. I have this excessive weight. And last year and the year before, I gained 10 pounds each year. So I gained 20 of that back. No, even more than that. I would say almost 30. Yeah, not good. I was not good. I don't even know. Like, I just look at all that weight and I'm like, how did this even happen? I think a part of that is that I did have a C-section, which made it harder for me to exercise in the beginning. And then when I did start to exercise, I started having really bad back pain. And that again is something that I've chronicled in older videos, where the back pain was just really bad, very debilitating. And I still struggle with that. So all that to say, I'm going to start doing a monthly video. And the reason why is because I decided to join Weight Watchers. That was really difficult for me because I felt like I should really be able to do this myself. And I've tried unsuccessfully to do it, and I was like at my wit's end. And so I decided to join. And I decided to join like to physically go to meetings and to physically weigh in, because I was like, I need this. And also my mentality around all this wasn't very healthy either. And that was really frustrating. I would get up in the morning and I'd have a cup of coffee, and I wouldn't eat until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And then so like in my mind, sometimes I'd be like, well, it's not even like I'm overeating. Once I started doing the Weight Watchers, I started to realize the mistakes that I was making. I knew some of the mistakes I was making, but then even some that I didn't. People can count calories, and I think that works. I do have the MyFitnessPal app, but again, like my mind wasn't in a healthy spot, and like I was being so perfectionist about this situation that I couldn't get a handle on it, and it became so overwhelming that I couldn't really take it. And so I know that Weight Watchers works. I know people that have done it that it worked, and what I liked about it is that by doing this, I'd have somebody to talk to. Where when I was doing calories, I felt like I was very alone, because it was just like me, myself, and I. Whereas this, I could have someone to like help me troubleshoot certain things and to help me to stop like overanalyzing certain things. And I had you weigh in every week, but my first monthly weigh in was this past weekend, and I lost 7.2 pounds in that month. And I was like, yippee! Like, there's progress, and it helps to keep me going. And even at the beginning of it, I started overanalyzing things and like guilting myself and shaming myself if I didn't have a perfect day, which is what I do. And I get so hard on myself, and I know logically that that is not how it should be. And so it's really helpful to have like a group of women that and men. There's men in the meeting too. But I more talk to the women than I do the men. But that a group of people that I can talk to and like help me to like reprogram the way that I'm thinking about things. And so that, and I don't know if I should go into like the intricacies of all that in this video. Maybe I'll say that for another video if people are interested, but I will tell you like where I'm at. I know that when I'm looking up people's success stories, I guess, for motivation, I do like to know the numbers. Like a lot of people will be like, this is my before and after, and you see it and you're like, oh, that's great. But I do like, what helps me to know is like how much they've lost. Cause I want to know, like, I just want to know. And it's not so much that the number doesn't count 100% of that. And I know that. I think measurements work too. So like the scale, it may not move. If someone's working out a lot and they're shedding fat and they're gaining muscle, the number may not change that much, but you will see a total difference in their body composition. And so in that sense, I don't feel like anybody should rely on the scale as this like 100% complete accurate thing. I do think that measurements are a very important part of that. For me, since I have so much weight to lose, and I'm not working out a lot, the scale is helping me. I don't obsessively weigh. Like I go and I weigh in there at the meeting, and that helps to guide me. And there was one week where I didn't lose any weight. I think it was the second week, and they were just like, that's cool, like you're still on course, like, you know, you're doing good, you're making the healthy decisions and whatnot. And they do encourage you to measure, because maybe you might go through a period of time where you're not losing any weight, but your clothes are getting looser, you know, and your measurements might be going down. I think that does depend on like how much you're exercising. So I can't do a lot of rigorous or much activity at all without pain. So I do have to start off slow and gentle. So exercise is not going to be a big part of this beginning process because like I need to ease my way into it. I do have a foam roller that I'm using to help like roll out some of my aches and pains. It is a temporary relief. I am trying to walk more. I did get a Fitbit. It's this little pedometer, and I clip it into my bra and then just like forget about it. That's where I keep it. And it has different settings. Count your steps. Oh, you're not gonna see that. If you want to know more about my Fitbit, I'll do a video on that because I don't want to like show it in there. But it does your steps. It shows how many stairs you've climbed, how many miles you've walked, how many calories you've burned. And it has like this little flower that grows the more that you walk. And the average that they say, like, recommend that people should be walking every day is 10,000 steps. My first week in wearing this, I was only getting like 3,000. Like my highest day was like 4,000 something, and I was just like, wow, I'm way under it. So I made a goal of 5,000 to begin with, and I only just met that for the first time yesterday, and I was like, woo, 5,000. So I'm like, I gotta get a move on. But that's helpful. So like when I take Winnie to the park, I started to like climb up and down the little like play set stair thing, and trying to like, you know, be moving, intentionally moving to get myself moving more. And I also, my goal, and maybe you guys can hold me accountable, is I want to take some yoga classes to help strengthen up my body, especially strengthen up my core, because after having a C-section, like I'm sure that like everything is just like in my midsection. So yeah. And I know like a lot of people, and you guys are so sweet, people say, oh, you look great, like don't worry about that. And I get it, but most of the time you guys see me from here up, and you know, I do have, like, you can definitely see weight in my face, and like, I know what I look like, and it's not 100%. Like, yes, do we want to look good? Yes, we do. But health comes into it. Neither one of my parents is in the healthiest of conditions. And so for my body mass index, I am considered obese. Like, and I realize that it's not 100%, like the BMI is not this 100% end all be all type of thing, but it is a like good rule of thumb. And on the Mayo website, I like the Mayo Clinic website, it does actually tell you like what it doesn't account for, like what its failures are. So what it says, like what a body mass index is a formula that uses weight and height to estimate body fat. Excess body fat is related to serious health conditions. For most people, BMI provides a reasonable estimate of body fat. The BMI's biggest weakness is that it doesn't consider individual factors such as bone or muscle mass. BMI may underestimate body fat for older adults or other people with low muscle mass, overestimate body fat for people who are very muscular and physically fit, and inadequately evaluate health risks of people who have excessive abdominal fat. So a big thing that I had done research on is that you do increase your risks of certain diseases and illnesses if you hold a majority of your fat in your midsection. That is something that I do get concerned about, especially like seeing the different ailments that my parents have. I don't want to be sick. Like, I'm not even 30 and I feel very old. I'm always tired and I'm heavy. Like, I just feel the heaviness, and that is something that I want to change. My BMI is, yeah, it says that I am obese. I'm like 1 pound away from being in their overweight category. For my height and weight, my weight range is between 111 pounds and 150 pounds. So, and I'm over that. So that is a goal that I'm trying to get to. Oh, and what I was talking about earlier, and I got all like sidetracked, is that I like to see, just as like a guidance of like how somebody's body's changed by seeing the numbers. And I do recognize that the numbers don't completely make everything, but I do like to see that. And I don't know if that's something that you guys want me to do. It is something that I'm a little hesitant to do because, like, putting out there, I am insecure. Like, I don't do like full shot body stuff because I am insecure, and I'm just like, that's really putting yourself out there. Because I also thought about doing like before and after pictures, and now I would totally be comfortable putting a before picture once I reached my goal. But there's something very scary about doing it while you're in the process. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to do this because I do want to, if there's any encouragement to be had, and a lot of times I get encouragement from you guys, and so it's like mutually beneficial. And so I haven't 100% decided like how I should show it. Like, I know that I'm like, oh, I want to see this and this and this. I don't know how that helps others. And I am just a little bit scared. And so I'm putting this video, kind of getting my feet wet a little bit. And then, yeah, so I guess I'll see how this goes. And I know that this was like, but I had a lot of information I wanted to fit in, and I'm actually cutting myself off, and I'm like, you know what, I'll talk more about XYZ in a different video if it's something that people want to see, because I'm not going to sit here and bore people, you know what I'm saying? So that is what is going on with me. I feel motivated, like the fact that I did see like results, and that I'm really starting to like change my mindset to a healthier mindset, and getting more, you know, veggies and fruits into my life. And it is hard. There are days that it's hard, but it's really helping me to see things that I wasn't seeing before. And I want to get back to feeling good and feeling strong, and having a strong body and a capable body that isn't in pain all the time. You know, that is something like throughout the process of my back is being told, like, lose some weight, and you might actually feel a reprieve from the back pain. And it's like, wow, like, how you are treating your body and how much weight is on your body might be contributing to these ailments. And that's, you know, like this, I mean, I've had so many procedures done to try to help my back and nothing's worked. Like, what if it's something as simple as losing some weight so that the burden on my body isn't as great? Yeah. So anyways, that is this video, and I hope if you got through it, like, hugs, squeezes from me to you. Give me your thoughts and feedback in the comments below. Let me know what you think. If you want to see more of these videos, give the video a thumbs up, or like let me know like kind of what you're interested in seeing, and that'll kind of help me to plan for future videos. So I look forward to talking to you guys soon. I hope you're all doing well, and yeah, bye.